Cool. So let's see if we are live. I think we are. Hello. Welcome to the gym. So as you're coming on, say hi. Got people training outside as well. So lots of training going on. As usual, as you're coming on, let me know you're here. See who's around. So as you're coming on. And hey, Jared, how are you? So as I said, you're coming on. Say hi. Let me know you're here. And my screen is gone. Here we go. That looks good. Perfect. Hey, Sue, how are you? So it'll be interesting with kind of less people because some people are going to be coming. We normally do this. We're going to be training with this here in live in person, which has gone pretty well. I'm very happy with it. So I'll give it a minute or two. Let a few people jump on. Nice to see the gym. Yeah, so you can pretend you're kind of in the gym, Brona, can't you? So that's good. And me too. Thank you, Brona. You're always full of compliments for me. It's like, should just get you to text me compliments all day. Good for morale. Do you know what I mean? Cool. Hey, Helen, how are you? Yes, as I said, it's nice to maybe get a familiar surrounding or change of scenery rather than my front room and Ruth's apartment. Cool. All right. So, hope the audio is okay. There's a bit of an echo in the room, so I'll try and speak as clearly as possible for you. So let's just get started with our breathing drill. So what we're going to do is line on the ground with the feet up in the air. If that feels any pressure on your lower back, just pop your feet down. You can even have one foot in the air, but going up like so if you can. Ankles in line with the knees, and we're going to have the hands in a C shape around the ribs and breathe all the air out. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe all the air out. In through the nose. All the air out. So jump down, do that for about 40 seconds. And yeah, go for it. So, excuse me. Nice slow exhale, just try and get rid of all the air and then breathe in the air in through the nose. Trying to feel that entire C shape with your fingers, round about your lower couple of ribs, not the very bottom of the ribs. So make sure you can kind of feel ribs the whole way around your finger, and then try and breathe wide. Breathe laterally out into the sides, and then we're breathing front and back as well. Trying to get as much as you can through that. So a couple more breaths, one or two more. Get rid of every last drop of air. In through the nose. Perfect. So come up to standing then. And we'll do our body check-in. So hands will be down by the side. And we're going to start. Again, you can follow me along for the first couple of these. We're just going to side bend from side to side. And you can go with your own comfortable rhythm and pace. You can build into it and go a little bit faster. Don't force it. You're not trying to yank into the stretch. Just reach down with the hands towards the knee, keeping the body fairly straight in terms of not bending forward or leaning back or anything. Just bending side to side and do a couple more. And again, just starting to kind of get the lower back moving, muscles around there, warming up. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get the hips moving side to side. So go from the hip side to side. Again, just push the outside of the hip out like so. Perfect. So again, just side to side again, trying not to let yourself fall forward or backwards or kind of bend forward or lean back or anything. Just go side to side, dead, great movement. Perfect, good stuff. So just pause and watch me on the cogs and then we can kind of go through it. So with the cogs is think about your breastbone and your kind of belly button slice, a little bit lower than your belly button, belt buckle area. So you're going to try and crunch those two together and roll the shoulders inwards and then reverse that movement. So basically breastbone up, tilt the pelvis forward so the belt buckle points downwards and then screw the shoulders around into a position like so. So it's crunch in, shoulders in, lift up and out, tilt the pelvis forward, and then work through whatever range feels fairly comfortable for you. And try and just kind of get a bit more on the breastbone, prouder towards the ceiling. Keep your eyes on the horizon as much as you can. Turn the shoulders out, turn the shoulders all the way in, turn the shoulders all the way out, turn the shoulders all the way in if you can, and keep tilting the pelvis. Again, we go breastbone down, pelvis up, breastbone up, pelvis down, and just separate them away. Lovely, good stuff. Then we'll go into the shoulders, some arm spirals, so hands out, palm up on one side, palm down on the other side. Look to the palm up side. And again, so in terms of turn the back of the hand down on that back arm. And we're going to try and roll from the shoulders. Try and rotate from the shoulders and get as much rotations as comfortable for you, going from side to side. Again, palm turns up. Lift it up towards the roof, turn the hand down and under and around, side to side. Couple more. Lovely. Okay, into the shoulders. So shoulders back. Squeeze and pinch those shoulder blades back together. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Roll them back. And then go the opposite direction. So up and forward, up and forward, up and forward. So shrug the shoulders to the ears, roll them forward and down and back. Lovely, good stuff. And then into the neck. So we're going to tilt the ear to the shoulder, and then with the opposite ear, lift that up towards the roof. And then the other side. So again, follow along with me. So ear to shoulder, but also ear to roof, ear to the sky. Just loosen out the neck. Again, no force, just work with whatever is a comfortable range of movement and just get looser. Perfect, couple more. Lovely, and then we're going to turn the head. So looking over the shoulder, again, go with a fairly comfortable range of movement. Don't try and look necessarily too far over the shoulder. Just turn your head until it stops and go side to side. And so just get those muscles warmed up. Joints loosened out. And just make sure as you're turning with the whole head, not just the eyes or the top of the head. So the jaw, the blade, the side of the jaw turns around with the eyes. Perfect, good stuff. So then we'll go on to our feet. So what we're going to do is draw big circles. Imagine there is a pencil sticking out of your big toe. Try and draw a big circle the whole way around. We're trying to make that curve as smooth, as curved as possible. And again, slow it down to the points really where you find that curve trickier to draw. And get as big or wide as round a circle as you possibly can. Up and around, up and around. Perfect. The other direction then, just swap it over. And again, trying to explore that all right the way through the corners of the circle. You get what I mean, right to the far edges. Slow it down through the tricky parts. Get as big, around, as smooth a curve as possible. And done. Lovely, good stuff. Changing foot. And go for it. So up and around. Big, smooth, round circle. Then right out into the far edges of the circle. Trying to get the curve. Lovely, as round, as wide as possible. And change direction, go the opposite way. Okay, really focus on that circle. Visualize it so you can get a sense that you're drawing that big, wide, smooth circle, and notice the areas that may start to lose its curve a bit. And done. Good stuff. Okay, shaking out the legs. Next, we're going to do some foot clocks. So have a look at me while we do them. So for your foot clock, we're going to start standing on the left foot, and you use the right foot to push us around and face our body roughly towards the 10 o'clock position, keeping the left leg nice and straight. And then we're going to rotate ourselves so that our back hip faces the 6 o'clock position, and use your right foot then to nudge you a little bit more into that, keeping a bent knee at that position. So straight leg at 10 o'clock, bent knee at 6 o'clock, use the right foot for balance and to nudge you into it each time. And we'll go for that in 3, 2, 1, go for it. So straight leg at 10 o'clock, all the way around to 6, straight leg at 10 o'clock. Try and nudge yourself into the end range at 10 and at 6. Just use that right foot to push you a little bit further into it. Remember, bent knee at 6 o'clock, straight locked out leg at 10. You might be able to nudge past the 6 o'clock point or the 10 o'clock point, or get closer, a little bit further away from wherever you're initially starting. Good stuff. One more. Perfect, good stuff. Okay, so we're going to swap legs. So right foot will be straight. We're going to face now to 2 o'clock, so turn our body forward, straight leg nice and tall. Use the left foot to nudge you into it, and then we'll come around to the 6 o'clock position. Again, using the left foot to nudge you into it. 3, 2, 1, go. So from 2 o'clock, all the way around to 6 o'clock. Use that left foot for whatever balance. Doesn't really matter where the left foot ends up. Make sure you get your balance. You can always do it beside a wall if you need to. Straight leg at a 2 o'clock position. Push yourself into it. Coming around to 6 with a bent knee. And you're getting towards 6 o'clock. If you bend your knee just a little bit more, so allow that knee bend to grow as you get over to that 6 o'clock, and push yourself into it a little bit more. Bending the knee. And done. Perfect. Good stuff. So what we're going to do now is a wall facing squat. So basically standing towards a wall. However far forward you are to the wall is going to dictate your difficulty. So start about 12 inches away from the wall, hands up in the air. You're going to squat down and back up, squat down and back up. And if your hands are touching the wall, or you feel like you're going to lose balance, you need to step back a little bit. If not, you'll need to step forward a little bit. And you're just going to find your distance. So after a rep or two, you might move closer as you kind of warm up and loosen out as you're doing that. So if you stand with your feet closer towards the wall, hands up, down, and up, like so. So get yourself ready and set. 3, 2, 1, go for it. So hands up in the air, squatting down into it. If you feel like you can get a bit closer into it, do so. Just take a little step, a centimeter or half a centimeter. Again, if your hands are on, just lightly brushing the wall, it means you can probably get into and face the wall a little bit more. And you can move in after a couple of reps. And again, make sure it's challenging when you're getting to the bottom. Keep it going. Done. Lovely. Super stuff. So, hey, Helen D, how are you? Lovely. Perfect. So, we are going to do some core exercises next. So we're going to do a single leg plank and a reverse crunch. So our single leg plank, we are going to set up into a plank position, whether you're on the knees or on the toes. If you're on the knees, what you're going to do is just straighten one leg out and just alternate that side to side. You can keep the toe on the floor, but try not to move any other part of your body, so you're not kind of rolling your hips side to side. If you're doing a full plank on the toes, you're going to just slightly lift the foot off the floor, just a tiny bit, like so, and alternate that for 30 seconds. And then we're going to do a reverse crunch. So with a reverse crunch, grab something to hold on to and kind of help you do the movement. You might need a mat or a cushion for your lower back, depending on your floor surface. So whatever you're pulling and holding on to, you're trying to use that to help you kind of pull yourself knees towards your upper arms or your armpits, and then back down. Something like so. Now, it doesn't matter how high you come up, so just focus on trying to kind of pull knees towards arms, whether you even
have a tiny little movement or a big movement, doesn't matter. It's the intent that you're trying to use the muscles here of the stomach, that you're trying to roll your pelvis off the floor into that position. And the more you use your arms, you'll be able to get into it, so you can pull with your arms and then slowly back down. Try not to let your knees come beyond your hips, so we're not coming out to here. When we're coming down, just basically your lower back hits the floor, and then we're back up. So 30 seconds of that, and we'll do those twice. So we'll set up for our plank. So in position, setting up in 3, 2, 1. Lift up and hold, so on your knees or on your toes, and then alternating leg. As I said, if you're on your knees, you're just going to straighten out from one side to the other. Just straighten the knee, pop down. If you're on your toes, you're just lifting the toe a tiny bit off the floor. Super stuff. About 10 seconds to go. Take your time. It's not about how high. Don't lift your foot high off the floor, because I don't want you moving your lower back. I don't want you arching through your lower back at all. Lovely. And change. So we'll go into our reverse crunches. So set yourself up for those reverse crunches. In 3, 2, 1, and go for it. So again, using the arms just to help lift you up a little bit. It helps if you breathe out on the way up, because you're essentially squashing everything. So you're squashing the air out on the way up, in on the way down. Super stuff, keep it going. Couple more. And rest, lovely. So give yourself 30-second breather. Give the abs a bit of a breather, and we shall go back and do the plank and reverse crunch again. As always, any questions, let me know. Again, remember the reverse crunch. It's the intent of what you're trying to do to lift up, not necessarily how high you lift up, okay? So get yourself ready for your plank. Setting up in position. Elbows underneath the shoulders. In 3, 2, 1. Lift up and hold. Stay on your knees. Just trying to keep the hips roughly in line with your back, so your hips aren't any higher than your back. And straighten the knees from side to side or up onto the toes. Tiny lift up off the toe, side to side, like so. 10 more seconds on these guys. Good stuff. Again, doesn't matter how high you lift up, even a tiny, even just taking the weight off the toe, but not even actually leaving the floor, will be good enough. And rest, good stuff. Okay, set up for your reverse crunch. So get yourself into position for the reverse crunch. Hold it on. In 3, 2, 1, go for it. So again, aiming to pull those knees towards the arms, towards the armpits almost. Again, when you think about rolling the pelvis, as I said, whether you roll it 1 millimeter or 5 millimeters or 10, doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. As long as the intent is there, that you're trying to curl yourself up into this little ball, and then control the lowering. Control it on the way back down. As soon as the lower back hits the floor, you're coming back up. Keep it going. Super work. Done. Lovely. Okay, so we got 5 exercises in a row to do now. So I'm going to demonstrate all 5 of them, and then you will get cracking on that. So give yourself a breather, drink of water, and we shall get ready. So we are going to go with a split squat or reverse lunge. Now, if you need to use something like a wall or something like that, we can get into split squat position and just use a wall, just for a little bit of reassurance if we wobble on it. Just make sure you're on the toe of the back foot. So we're set up in this position, and the weight is going to be over the midfoot of the front foot rather than being back here. So we're going to try and keep the weight right over the midfoot of the front foot through there. And then your range of movement will dictate the difficulty. So a small range of movement will make it slightly easier than a bigger range of movement, but do what you're capable of. You're better off doing less bigger range of movement if you can, rather than those small ones, but your range of movement is kind of your range of movement, you know what I mean? So pick that, or you can do an alternating reverse prisoner lunge. So your prisoner grip, interlink your fingers like so, behind the head. You're going to step back and alternate legs.
So we'll do split squats for 25 seconds on each side, or this for 50 seconds and just alternating from one leg to the other. Even though you're stepping back, you're still keeping the weight through the midfoot of the front foot. Then we're going to do the elbow push-aways. So you will be lying on the floor, pushing your elbow into the ground as hard as you can, upper arm into the ground as hard as you can, and trying to not necessarily lift yourself up, push the floor down. If you do lift up as you push the floor down, that's just because of your strength. Well, you can go millimeters, pushing down, and just release a little bit of the weight off the ground. Or if you're stronger, you'll come up a little bit higher, pushing those shoulders back. So you're really trying to drive into this position, not let those shoulders roll forward. Really open up to keep the chest wide. Once you've done that, single leg hip bridge. So pull the knee in tight, heel to the floor, push up and down, pushing this heel down through the floor, getting the backside fired up like so. We'll do that on each leg. I'll tell you when to change. And we'll do some push-ups. So for your push-ups, you can have your hands elevated or flat on the floor. Make sure when you're doing them that the elbows are going slightly kind of back so they end up in midline of your torso, as opposed to being out here. So we're not looking to do push-ups with the elbow sticking out there. And think about lowering the kind of whole body, so from the thighs through to the torso, coming down at the one time, and then pushing the floor away. And you can do that with your hands elevated on something where you're coming down and pushing back up and pushing away like so. You can also do it on your toes, whatever's going to challenge you. Get a full range of movement. Hands are roughly in this position at the bottom, elbows in line with the middle of the torso. And then you're going to come up and do some prisoner squats. So interlink your fingers behind your head, elbows out, squatting down, back up, squatting down, back up. Keep the elbows as wide as you can. They'll want to pull in. We're going to really try and open them up and squat down and up like so. For the squats, if you need to, pop a cushion or something like that underneath your heels just to keep them elevated. If you feel like you're kind of leaning forward on it as you're coming down, if those heels are popping up, try and put something underneath your heels and keep a flat foot contact with something. That's pretty much it. So split squats, elbow push-aways, knee and single leg hip bridge, push-ups and squats. Get yourself ready for your squats. In position, ready to go. In 3, 2, 1, go for it. So split squats or reverse lunge. Reverse lunge is going to alternate from side to side. And keep going on those. Split squats, if you're doing them, I'll tell you when to change it halfway. Keep going, try and get as full a range of movement as your strength will allow. About halfway through this leg, keep strong, keep it going. Staying strong. Change legs on the split squats, other leg, and go straight into it. Reverse lunges, just keep alternating, keep going. Super work, keep it up. That's it, nice and strong. Pushing the floor away, keeping the weight through the midfoot of the front foot, or majority of your weight through the midfoot of the front foot. You're always on the toe of the back foot. Nearly there, staying strong. Done, super stuff. Down onto the floor, elbow push away. So set yourself up, elbows roughly midline of your torso, and pushing down. And as I said, it doesn't matter how high you lift up, just the intent. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Push the floor away. Try and get kind of more of the arm pushing through the floor rather than just the tip of the elbow. Trying to get that lower upper arm pushing through the floor. And keeping some good contact with the lower upper arm through the floor. So you're keeping your weight leaning back. You're not trying to lift up. You're not doing a sit-up. You shouldn't really feel this a massive amount in the abs or trying to feel it in the upper back. Nearly there, super work. Done. So single leg hip thrust or single leg hip bridge. Pull the knee in tight. Heel through the floor and the other leg. Pushing up and down. 3, 2, 1 and go for it. You just push the floor down. Focus on the intent of how hard you can push that floor down. Imagine it was a sponge and you're trying to make a dent through your heel into that sponge or into the floor. Pushing down as hard as you can. Super stuff. Keep it going. Halfway on this leg. That's it. Drive the floor away. Drive the floor away. When you get to the top, push it away a little bit more before you come back down. Push it away. Push it away. That's it. Come on. Driving down. Change legs. Swap it over. So just go straight into it and go for it. Other leg. Let's go. And again, focus on heel through the floor, driving that floor away as hard, as strong as you possibly can. Push that floor away, push that floor away. Halfway, nearly there in this one. We're into push-ups after this, but keep going on your floor push-aways. Keep going on those floor push-aways, staying strong. Sorry, hip bridge. Keep pushing, nearly there. Push the floor away. Done, super stuff. So set yourself up for push-ups, okay? As I say, your hands elevated and you're on your knees, leaning forward. Or you can have hands on the floor, but make sure we've got a good angle from the thighs. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Bend the elbows, lower yourself down, push the floor away. Again, with push-ups, if you need to, you can shorten your range of movement. If you're starting to lose control of the technique, push the floor away, staying strong, push the floor away. Push whatever your hands are at, shove it away nice and strong to push yourself back up. 10 more seconds of these. Gain control, do what you can. Shove that, push away as you're coming back up. Done, lovely, up to start. So, standing position, feet slightly wider than your shoulders. You can turn your toes slightly out, raise your heels if your heels have a tendency to come up off the floor during squats. Interlink your fingers, elbows out in 3, 2, 1, go. Squats. Elbows out. Keep those elbows nice and wide, squatting away. Good stuff. Keep it up. Keep it going. Like 12 seconds. Nearly there. Super work. On staying strong. Last 1 or 2. Done. Give yourself a breather. Super work. So get a good rest and we shall repeat those again. Lovely work, super stuff. Excellent. So taking a good rest and we'll get back into them in a few moments. So to remind you the order, split squats or reverse lunge, elbow pushaways, single leg hip bridge, knee in, pushing the heel through the floor, then you're into your push-ups, and then you're into your squats, okay? So split squats, 25 seconds on each side, reverse lunge, you're gonna change legs each time. I'm gonna do that for 50 seconds. Everything else is 30 seconds now all the way through. Okay, so get yourself ready for your split squats. Again, if you need to, use something to give yourself a little bit of reassurance if you need to touch for balance. If not, get yourself ready in 3, 2, 1, and go for it. So split squat or reverse lunge, keep it going. Staying strong, go for it. Again, I'll tell you when to change on the halfway point, but keep going for now. Remember, reverse lunge is the whole way through. Excellent stuff, keep it up. Staying strong. Change legs on the split squats, change it over straight in. Reverse lunges, we're halfway through, keep it going. That's it, super work, come on. Lovely stuff. About 10 seconds, keep it going, nearly there, last few reps, come on. Push the floor away, weight the foot through the midfoot, and then driving that foot through the floor to get yourself back up. Time, good stuff. Down onto the floor, elbow pushaways, get yourself set up, so lying on your back. Elbows slightly outside of your torso, pushing the lower upper arm through the floor, 3, 2, 1, go for it. Again, the intent, drive that floor down. Try and move the floor. And then you think you push as hard as you can, find that extra 1%. Just find that extra little bit more of a push. So push as hard as you can, and then a little bit more. Push as hard as you can, and then a little bit more. And again, you'll always find there is a little bit more because that's how your muscles work. Good stuff. Keep it going the last few. And again, time, super stuff. Okay, single leg hip bridge, pull the knee in, hug it nice and tight. Heel through the floor. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Pushing yourself up and down, but really focus on heel through the floor. Doesn't matter how high the hip goes, shouldn't be going too high anyway. Make sure you keep that knee hooked in. It'll limit the range, but it'll target the hip, backside, glutes on the leg we're pushing through the floor. So keep it up, keep it going. Super work, come on. 10 more seconds this leg, staying strong. Remember when you get to the top, Push that a little bit more. Get the intent. Trying to ask your muscles for a little bit more. Change legs, swap it over, straight in and go. Straight in and go. And remember, ask yourself for that little bit more each time. That's it, super work. Keep pushing, pushing, pushing that floor down. Driving the heel down through the floor as strong as you can. You got 10 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. Super work, come on. One or two more, nearly there. Push, 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 harder, harder, harder. Done, good work. Into push-ups. So set yourself up into a push-up position. Again, leaning forward so the hands are roughly in line with the lower breastbone, heel of the hand in line with the lower breastbone. 3, 2, 1, go for it. That's it. So bending those elbows, making sure they're ending up in the middle of your torso, down by your lower ribs-ish. And then push the floor or whatever surface your hands are on, push it away every time. Control on the way down. Remember, you're pushing up, not back. Push up. Right there. If you focus on the floor and just push that floor straight down, you will go straight up. Keep strong, nearly there. Super work, done, lovely. Up to standing, prisoner squat. So feet slightly wider than your shoulders, toes slightly turned out if you want. Interlink your fingers. Remember, raise your heels if you need to. Elbows as wide as possible. Proud chest, 3, 2, 1, go for it. So bend those knees, squat down. Try and squat to the same distance each time, which is your maximum range. And keep that going. So keep yourself honest through those squats. The whole same range every time. Super stuff. Keep it going. Lovely. About halfway. You're doing well. Keep it going. 10 more seconds. Last few. You're nearly there. Stay with it. Keep strong. I'm done. Lovely. Super work. So give yourself a breather. Take a rest. And we shall go back and do that all again one more time. Super work so far. Let's get ourselves finishing strong. Lovely. So giving yourself a good rest, a good breather, grab some water, deep breaths in and out. Ideally, if you can just breathe through your nose to help you recover. It helps the gas exchange. It's more efficient doing that rather than breathing out through your mouth. Not easier, especially if you're used to breathing out through your mouth a lot. But if you can, mouth closed. Breathing in and out through the nose. Super. Okay, so let's get ourselves set up. Split squat, elbow push away, single leg hip bridge, push-ups and prisoner squats one last time. So split squats, long stride. Remember, you're always on the toe of the back foot, or the reverse lunge is going to be the same thing, but just stepping forward and back into it, alternating legs. Ready to go in 3, 2, 1, go for it. So reverse prisoner lunge, alternating side to side. But keep the weight over the midfoot of the front foot, or if you're keeping your split squat, down and up. Focus on the front foot, push it through the floor, staying strong. Superb work. Last set of these, be strong, keep it going. A few more, nearly there. Change legs on the split squats, reverse lunge, you're halfway. Keep going on the split squats, just change legs and keep going onto it. Super stuff. Nearly there. Last set of these, staying strong. 10 more seconds. So whatever amount of reps you can get in these 10 seconds, be strong, keep it going. Time, super stuff. Down to the floor for those four, push away. So again, elbows slightly outside your torso, down by your lower ribs, pushing the floor away. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Strong as you can. Remember, I'm trying to ask your muscles, ask your body for that little bit more strength. There's always more strength in there, the muscle fibers. We never fully fatigue them or exhaust them. You need about training. You can always just that intent, that mindset, just try and push that little bit more out of it. Especially when we're doing body weight stuff like this. You got to ask those muscles to work that little bit harder to make the exercise as effective as we can. Super stuff. You're nearly there. Last one. Push, 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 push. Time. Good stuff. Single leg hip bridge. Knee in, hold it tight, heel through the floor on the other side. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Last set of hip bridges, staying strong. Remember, when you're getting to the top, ask yourself for that extra little bit of strength. Pull the knee in tighter, push the floor away harder. Pull the knee in tighter, push the floor away harder. Keep pushing the floor away as hard as you can and then some. Come on, keep it going. Halfway through this leg, nearly there. Keep it going. Keep it going. Come on. Few more to go. Last time on this side. And change legs. So straight into the other side. Just hug it and go. Again, keep it tight, especially the harder you try and push, the more you should pull the knee in, keep it tighter. Yes, it limits your range, but it targets the glutes, the backside more. So keep it going. Come on. Pushing strong. Halfway. Nearly there. Last few, keep it going, staying strong through it. Push, 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 push that floor away. Nearly there. Last one. Done. Super stuff. Okay, push-ups. Get yourself set in position. 3, 2, 1, and go for it. So leaning forward, pushing away, leaning forward, pushing away. Again, heel of the hand roughly in line with your lower breastbone. That's where we are aiming for. When you're down at the bottom, push it away. Elbows slightly outside your torso. Bending those elbows, control on the way down. You need to make those push-ups. And challenging, more challenging, slower on the way down will help. And shove that floor away to come back up. Last couple, you are nearly there. Come on, keep it strong. Done, super work. Okay, up to our squats for our last time. Feet nice and wide, just slightly outside your shoulders. Interlink those fingers, elbows out wide. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Squatting down and up. Keep those elbows wide, push the floor away. Super work. Nearly there. Come on, last exercise. Keep it going. Halfway, come on. Last few reps, do what you can, be strong on them. Make it count, come on. Last few bit of energy, keep pushing, keep going. Couple more reps, and again, keep going, staying strong, and again. Time, lovely. Super work. Okay, grab a rest, drink of water. We'll do some tempo breathing then to finish off with. So, grab a drink. Try and get your breathing relatively normal. And as I try to practice that through the nose, it helps with recovery. And we shall start with some tempo breathing. So for the tempo breathing, just while you're catching your breath, I'm going to breathe in at a ratio. Breathe in for 1 count. Hold for 2 counts. Breathe out for 2 counts. And then hold for 1 count. So it's a 1, 2, 2, 1 ratio. So for wherever many counts you breathe in, it's double for the hold and double for the breath out. And then back to the original count for the hold again. So I'll show you an example of a 3 count. To start off with, it will be in for 3. And then breathe in again. So I breathe in for 3, held for 6, let out the air out for 6, held for 3, and back again. So choose whatever count you want to start with. Generally, as you do this, your control of the breathing is going to become better. So you can go from 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 2 to 3, whatever it is. My record is getting to 9, which I know I was breathing out for 3 times that. So I was breathing out for 27 seconds. Pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. But I know people have done longer time than that. But it's all about controlling the muscles of the breathing and helping your body utilize more of the oxygen you're putting in for 1 breath, essentially. So very good for recovery and relaxation and resting. So find a comfortable position. Lie down on the floor, sit on this chair. If you're lying on the floor, make sure you're comfortable so the knees can be bent or legs flat on the floor, whatever you want. And then I'll guide you through it. So choose whatever count you want to start off with. Generally better to start off light, a small count, and then after 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever, you can then start adding counts, and I'll remind you some of the way through. So choose your count, 1, 2, 2, 1 ratio, and start. So again, you're breathing in for whatever count you choose. You're going to hold the breath then for double that time, let it out for that same double's time, and then you're going to hold for that count again. Trying to do it all through the nose if you can. If you need to breathe out through the mouth when you're doing it, do so. And after a minute or 2, you might be able to keep everything through the nose. So just do whatever feels. Trying to be comfortable in this position, trying to get a good rhythm, comfortable rhythm. Because the more comfortable you can feel right now, the more relaxed you can be. The more relaxed you can be, the more you can start to get a sense of comfort washing and waving over your body, and allowing you to just rest for a few moments, taking time out of your day to allow the body to just be still and calm and as comfortable as you can choose to be. And as you notice your breathing, as you notice the sensations of the breath, you can allow those sensations to help you relax even more now, allowing your body to soften, noticing areas around your body softening more now, perhaps around your face, around your cheeks and your jaw, just letting go, softening those muscles, wherever you choose to soften them, allow them to soften even more. Down through the neck and the shoulders, maybe relaxing, letting go, softening, just allowing the body to drift down deeper. Just release and relax and rest, allowing those sensations of softening just sift through the body gently, allowing the arms and the torso, through the hips and legs, all the way down to the feet, to soften and relax in whatever way you want. Noticing those sensations and feelings of relaxation and comfort wash and wave over you. And as you're becoming more comfortable, you can choose to stay at the count that you're at, or you can choose to add another count to your initial one. And that just doubles the hold, doubles the exhale. And remember to allow yourself to be comfortable, whatever you choose. And those sensations of comfort, noticing where you feel those the most throughout your body. And as you notice those areas, perhaps you could give them a nice, warming, relaxing color. Because if you can give them a nice, warming, relaxing color, you can let that color start to spread and wash over you. And letting the color spread and wash over you just allows those feelings of relaxation and comfort to intensify even more, and allows you to go deeper down and relax even more now. Just letting go, softening even more, allowing yourself to be as comfortable, as relaxed as you choose to be. Knowing with every relaxed exhale, letting the air out, letting go, and going deeper down into a wonderful state of blissful rest and relaxation, allowing those sensations to spread and wash and wave all the way through the body, all the way from the top of your head down through to the tips of your toes, and the back of your back, and the front of your nose, washing and waving throughout the body, enhancing, and every time you feel those sensations, enhancing them, letting them multiply and spread so that you can enjoy this even more. And noticing your breathing again, if you choose to stay at the same rhythm or add another count, just knowing whatever you do will help you relax now for these last few moments. Just let yourself be still, enjoying these last few moments. Every breath, every hold, every in, every out, letting go, enhancing those sensations, letting them spread and wave, drift throughout the body, all the way through every cell, drifting down deeper now. Letting go. And so before we come to the end, just allow yourself to start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just let the energy start to build in the body. Gently wiggling your fingers and your toes, letting the energy start to build so that your body becomes energized and refreshed after that. And body to move maybe a little bit more if you need to stretch it out. Just do whatever you feel is coming naturally as you start to awaken and become more energized. You're going to eyes open, wide awake, ready, refreshed, and energized for whatever you've got to do. Super work, well done. It's nice to come from a different environment and scenery for you. So super work, well done. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know, leave me a comment, and we'll see you soon.